opening the books. We are following the money here in the Valley, and today we're going to focus on the salaries of Las Vegas city employees. In fact, they're saying the new minimum wage is more like six figures. So let's bring in the CEO who's crunched the numbers for us, and this is for openthebooks.com, Adam Andrzejewski. Thank you for being here. So this is interesting. First of all, why are these salaries so high, and are they sort of similar to what we're seeing in other major metropolitan cities? Let's start with the mayor of Las Vegas, what she's making, and then we can do a little compare-contrast.
So Caroline Goodman, in 2020, this was the pandemic year. I want to take you back to that year because 30%, the unemployment rate in the city of Las Vegas was 30%. So private sector employees, they took the brunt of the pandemic. Yet the mayor that year made $224,000 with pay and benefits. It was actually about $156,000 base salary and then $45,000 of taxpayer paid pension benefit for her, plus the cost of her health insurance. I want to put that in perspective. In Texas, San Antonio is a city with 1.5 million people, and the mayor of San Antonio has a base salary of $61,000, less than half of what the mayor of Las Vegas makes. Now, I reached out for comment to Caroline Goodman, but didn't hear a response back. I wanted to know if she felt her pay and benefits was reasonable.
And you know what, Andrew, I'm just so glad that we're talking about this because the snapshot is some $314 million that taxpayers have paid out for all these different salaries. But what can we do? Knowledge is power. It's good for us to know this. And I'll use another example. We have a reporter here at the station who grew up in Las Vegas and knows one of the top firefighters. And she says this guy is a step above illiterate and he's making more than $300,000. I use that as an example because isn't this a supply demand thing? I mean, is this what is being paid all throughout the nation? You did the San Antonio comparison, but let's look at like firefighters and things like that. What is our pay scale here locally?
Yeah, it's lucrative. So what we found was 1 out of every 2 Las Vegas city employees now is in the $100,000 club on base salary plus benefits. That's how much they cost taxpayers every single year. So you got over 2,000 city employees that each cost taxpayers six figures more than $100,000 last year. And it's not only the city executives, the city administrators, but it's also rank and file employees. For example, you got parking enforcement officers on pay and benefits last year that cost taxpayers up to $110,000. You've got motor sweeper operators that cost taxpayers up to $124,000. You've got painters and plumbers who cleaned up $140,000 at taxpayer cost last year. And you've also got like animal control supervisors making $158,000 at taxpayer cost, or corrections officers costing taxpayers up to $212,000 a year. So the pay scale in Las Vegas is very lucrative.
And I want to forgive me. I called you Andrew by accident. Adam, this is such an important segment. I'm glad that we're going to do this each and every week. Final question here is, what can we do? We're getting ready to go to the ballot box Tuesday of next week. Is there something that we can do collectively as citizens in Nevada to get this maybe on the ballot? Is there some sort of a referendum to get the pay scale down? What are our options?
So one of the reform proposals that we've put forth in other states, you'd have to make sure that this is good for Nevada, but at state government, they give state taxpayer aid to municipalities. And if Nevada is sending taxpayer dollars from the state to the city government, the General Assembly at the state level can slap a pay cap on highly compensated municipal level workers. They can pay what they want, but if they pay more than the governor, that salary is around $150,000, and there was 300 city employees in Las Vegas in 2020 that out-earned the governor, then they would lose that share of their state aid. It would be a hard cap, slapping a cap on the highly compensated public employees locally to lose their state aid. That could be a cure.
Well, and I think that we have a few lobbyists that may be watching that may take the ball and run with it. You are our bulldog. Thank you, Adam. This is a fantastic segment. I'm glad that we get to chat every week. You know, as far as the working media, we're the watchdogs, and we've got you, the bulldog, on the case.